Lifelong Brexiteer Jeremy Corbyn is playing a dangerous game, trying to tiptoe between Brexit and Remain, but we all know he's a lifelong Brexiteer. Today I just want to wrap up a few things on Brexit. Specifically, I want to talk about Jeremy Corbyn and the way he's been behaving in this time since Theresa May has been told to present a Plan B, which she didn't really present. She presented Plan A version 2. The way he's been behaving makes absolutely no sense. So here's the situation that Jeremy Corbyn's found himself in. He's in a party that overwhelmingly supports Remain, at least in Westminster anyway. I'm not talking about the actual average voter out there who supports Labour, most of which, I imagine, have voted Leave. That's what the polls show. So it really makes no sense that a lifelong Brexiteer is now representing a political party that in Westminster is pro-Remain, but out in the real world is pro-Brexit. And then he's got people like John McDonnell, his shadow chancellor, saying that the Prime Minister is trying to blackmail MPs on Brexit. And I just find this whole thing so disgusting. Now, here's the thing. I'm no fan of Theresa May. I'm no fan of this deal. I see what she's doing as her attempting to betray the vote in the most subtle way possible. I talk about this in my columns all the time. She's trying to do it in a subtle way, whereas the others are just quite blatant about it. But what she's doing, at least she's trying to deliver some form of Brexit. John McDonnell and these people in the Labour Party, the Diane Abbotts of the world, they don't want to deliver anything at all. And the way they behave is disgraceful after months and months and months saying to the Prime Minister that they wished she would get involved with the rest of Parliament and have cross-party talks about a negotiation for a good withdrawal agreement that they can all agree on, good in quotes. After demanding that for so long, now Theresa May has come back after her vote was shot down in Parliament in the biggest defeat in parliamentary history. She's come back and said, okay, let's talk. And now Jeremy Corbyn sat there with his arms crossed saying, nope, nope, nope. I refuse to talk. And then John McDonnell's on the BBC saying that the PM's trying to blackmail MPs. Let me just read what this BBC article says. It says, Labour's Shadow Chancellor John McDonnell has defended Jeremy Corbyn for refusing talks with UK Prime Minister Theresa May about Brexit despite senior union leaders attending a meeting with the Prime Minister in Downing Street today. He told BBC's Hard Talk Stephen Sacker that Mrs May was using the threat of no deal to try and blackmail Parliament into supporting her deal. That's not blackmailing. That's her telling the truth. It is either her deal or no deal. The European Union have already told us that we can't rule out no deal unless we extend Article 50 or something. We can't just rule out no deal because they have a say in it too. If by March 29th we leave without a deal, the simple fact is we leave without a deal. There's a thing. The EU has a say in this. We can't rule that out. If we don't have a deal by March 29th, then we simply leave without it. These people aren't living in reality. So Jeremy Corbyn trying to frustrate Brexit is exceptionally confusing to me. The man is a lifelong Brexiteer and he must be eating himself up inside, knowing that he's been fighting this battle for so long and now he's betraying his own beliefs. His own party seem to be, well, they're not interested in talking with Theresa May. And let me tell you why. They aren't doing this because they think Theresa May's deal is bad. They aren't doing this because they're actually afraid of no deal. I think most of them know that no deal is not actually as big a problem as they claim. They're doing this because they want to be the ones to take control. They see Theresa May as in a weak position and they want to get in there while they can. Jeremy Corbyn's such a divisive figure, but in a world where Brexit is even more divisive than him, then there's a slim chance that he can become Prime Minister through the back door if he just keeps putting pressure on Theresa May. So don't believe anything Labour's saying. Don't believe Jeremy Corbyn. He's a lifelong Brexiteer and, well, he's just working to gain, power. He's certainly sold himself out. None of these people in Parliament are interested in delivering a good deal. None of them really, very few actually, to be honest, very few of them are interested in delivering Brexit, and the Labour Party is trying to con you. Don't believe them when they say they don't think Theresa May's deal is good. We know it's bad, but that's not the reason they're fighting it. We're not funded by the government, we don't have big sponsors, and we certainly don't have massive donors. If you'd like to help support our work, please go to rebeldonations.com/thebuck.